so annoying. I wanted to just like push her down and like get out. Hey, welcome to my 36-week pregnancy update. This week the baby is the size of a papaya. Whoever wants to focus. So she is apparently 18.7 inches long and 5.73 pounds. So that's pretty big. That's almost 6 pounds. And then the other app says the size of a Cabbage Patch doll. Doesn't want to focus, which I have one here. So this one is like the regular one with like legs and stuff. Grace got this Cabbage Patch doll for actually my dad got it for her when she was born, but it's not like, I don't know, it's like the baby Cabbage Patch doll, so I don't know if that's the same as this one, but my baby's about that big, so that's crazy. That's huge. Anyways, so this week the app says that her skin is getting smooth and soft and the gums are rigid, which is something that I like never thought about, like her teeth or whatever. I've heard of some babies being born with teeth. That's crazy. Baby's liver and kidneys are in working order. Circulation and immune systems are basically good to go. Yeah, so that's about all that's interesting. So this week, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of like specific symptoms to talk about because overall I've actually been feeling fairly good. I've just been really busy planning for Grace's birthday. Yesterday was her actual birthday and tomorrow is her birthday party. So I've been focusing more on that than really even like paying that much attention to my body or how I've been feeling. But overall I have been feeling pretty good. The last 2 nights, so like last night and the night before, I've had really vivid, like not like scary, like not nightmares, but like not enjoyable dreams, you know, like just kind of like I can't honestly can't even remember what they were about now, like even though it was just like just last night. But yeah, like really vivid scary-ish dreams, which I haven't had vivid dreams for a while. I did like throughout my whole pregnancy with Grace, but this time around I haven't had them recently, which is kind of weird. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's with that, but it's only been the last 2 nights, so we'll see if that continues on. So I'm still having a lot of acid reflux, more in the evening, but I've actually noticed it throughout the day, usually like around this time of day, actually like during Grace's nap time. Usually I think it's if I'm laying down or even like sitting down, but I feel like I have it a lot more than I did when I was pregnant with Grace. So I'm wondering if this baby will have more hair. I know that's like an old wives' tale. I don't know if there's any actual truth to that, that if you have acid reflux or heartburn, your baby's gonna have hair, but I'll definitely be interested to see if she does have hair, like if that falls true for us. So on Monday night, she would not get out of my ribs. Like she's pretty much in my ribs a lot of the time, but Monday night she was just like, oh my god, it was like so annoying. I wanted to just like push her down and like get out, but it hasn't been that as bad as it was Monday night since then, so I'm very glad for that. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of like specific symptoms that I have to talk about. I'm just really glad that she wasn't born yesterday. I guess like it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world for my girls to share a birthday. Actually my mother-in-law and aunt-in-law or whatever, Greg's mom and sister, or mom and aunt, share a birthday. They were born on the same day 3 years apart. I'm pretty sure it was 3, which is so crazy and so weird. So it would have been kind of weird if my girls shared a birthday as well, but I really just wanted them both to have their own special day. Just, I don't know, I love my birthday and I always have loved my birthday, so that's just something that I wanted. So I am very glad that she wasn't born yesterday. Grace's party is tomorrow on Saturday, so basically anytime after that I'm happy for her to come, as long as she waits till after the party. I'm quite happy for her to be born any point after then, because Saturday I'll be 37 weeks, so she wouldn't be considered premature or anything like that. And like I mentioned before, at 36 weeks you can stay at my local hospital, so I'm pretty much ready for her to come anytime after Saturday. I think I'm gonna start, like I think I mentioned this last week, gonna try and start like walking more, and I might even like look up ways to like, not necessarily like induce labor, because it is best to wait until you're 40 weeks. Like that's why a pregnancy is 40 weeks long. But just to like get things moving, I don't know, this past week actually I felt really good, and I haven't felt like super over being pregnant, but the last 2 weeks before this previous week I've been so done. So we'll see what next week brings, but I think I'm gonna try and like get things going, you know, start walking more and just get the show on the road, you know? So I kind of have a feeling that she will be born on my birthday, and there's like multiple reasons for that. Grace was born at 39 weeks and like 4 days, so my doctor figures this baby will be born around 39 weeks, and 39 weeks exactly is my birthday, because I'm due 1 week exactly after my birthday. So that's part of why I kind of think she'll be born on my birthday, but also the middle name that we're pretty much set on, not fully set on, but the middle name that we think we're gonna go with is one of Greg's grandma's middle names. She had 2 middle names, and I actually shared a birthday with her, so it's kind of weird, like, you know, for that kind of weird reason, that's something that makes me think she'll be born on that day as well, so that she can, you know, because we're planning on her sharing a middle name with her great grandmother. Also, I don't often hear of babies being born on their mother's birthday. I don't know if that like happens super often, but just a week or a few days ago I was on Instagram and I saw that Chelsea from Teen Mom, she just had her daughter on her birthday, and I think she came actually a couple weeks early. I think it was a little bit unexpected, and so when I heard that happened, I was kind of like, whoa, maybe that'll happen for me too. So yeah, I don't know, I just kind of have a feeling that she'll come on my birthday. She might not. I might go overdue with this baby, you know, you never know, so we'll see, but I kind of have a feeling that she will be born on my birthday. So that's everything that I wrote down to talk about, other than my doctor's appointment. So I had my doctor's appointment on Tuesday. It is now Friday. I gained 2 pounds, which is good because I didn't gain any weight. I had lost like 0.2 of a kilogram in the previous week, so I am going every week now from like this point on until I deliver, basically. My blood pressure, she told me, but it was, I don't remember specifically, it was 120 something over 60 something, so it was totally fine, low. Her heart rate was 160 beats per minute, which is, my doctor even commented, it was a lot higher that day, but I think it was a time of the day thing, because my appointment was at 11:15, where usually they're at like 9:30ish, give or take sometime. And usually anytime after 11 is when Grace takes her nap, so usually that's when I'm sitting down, you know, filming this video, like these videos, watching a show, or, you know, just relaxing. I try and take the time that Grace naps to sit down and relax, because I don't get to sit down a whole lot of the rest of the day. So around 11, 12, 1-ish is her more active time, so I think that's why her heart rate was so much higher than it normally is, because she usually takes her heart rate at an earlier time of the day. Does that make sense? So I did have the strep B test, the swab thing. So that was on Tuesday. She said she would obviously let me know at my next appointment, but she did say she would call me if it was positive, just so that I would know. Not that there's like a whole lot of concern with that. I think basically just so that, because if you are strep B positive, basically you just need to have antibiotics when your water breaks or when labor starts or whatever. So if you are strep B positive, basically you need to go to the hospital right away as soon as your labor starts, because you need to be hooked up to getting the like IV for the antibiotics, which I would love to avoid. I really hate IVs. I had to have one after labor with Grace, like after I delivered her. I can't even remember what they gave me, but something to help with bleeding. And I was so disappointed because I really didn't want an IV, but obviously if I have to do something for the safety of my baby, I will do it. But anyways, I googled how long it takes for like that test to be completed, and Google said 24 to 48 hours. So I haven't heard from my doctor, and that test was done on Tuesday. So even if it was like taken to the lab Wednesday morning, I would think she would have results by today. So if I don't hear from her by the end of today, then I'm probably safe to assume that it was negative. I was negative with Grace, but that honestly doesn't mean anything. You can be positive with one pregnancy and negative with the other, or the other way around, so you just never know. I actually have no idea what causes you to have the bacteria. I don't know anything about it. I just know that you have to get antibiotics if you are positive for it. So I had that. She obviously like felt the baby on the outside like they do every appointment. She's still head down. She said she feels low on the outside like she had said at the previous appointment, but she did an internal exam and she said from down below, her wording, she didn't feel as low as she does on the outside. I'm not sure why, but so obviously when she felt her a couple weeks ago, and she was surprised at how low she was, she wasn't actually as low as she expected. Does that make sense? Yeah, basically from the inside she didn't feel as low or whatever. And she also said that my cervix is soft, long, and closed, whatever that means. I tried to Google it. Basically it means that, from my understanding, it means that my body's getting ready to get ready. Basically your cervix can be like, so mine is soft, long, and closed. When you're ready to give birth, it will be soft, short, and open. So it's like one step into those 3 steps, if that makes sense. If it was open, then you would be X amount of centimeters dilated. So I'm not dilated at all as of this past Tuesday, and your cervix is long and it has to get short, if that makes any sense. So basically it's soft, so it's not hard, so it is getting ready to get ready. And yeah, I don't know, that's the best description I can give. Yeah, my doctor's appointment went well. I think that's all I have to say about that. Other than that, she did confirm 2 just random side notes that I wanted to mention. I had commented, she said my blood pressure was low as usual, and I commented how it's a lot lower this time than it was with my last pregnancy. And I said that I figured it was because I hadn't gained as much weight, and she confirmed that that more than likely is probably definitely why my blood pressure was so much higher with my last pregnancy. And then the other thing is that I commented on how she's always up in my ribs, and I never felt that with my first daughter, and that I was wondering if maybe she's going to be a really long baby because she is lower down already and she's way up in my ribs. And basically my doctor said she could be, but in your like second, third, however many consecutive pregnancies, she said she likes to describe it as the swimming pool is bigger, that your uterus and everything inside is already stretched, so the baby just basically has more room to move because your body's already stretched and done this before. So it's just easier for her to get up into my ribs because her space is already stretched, whereas Grace had to stretch the space herself or whatever, if that makes sense. It's just random side note that I felt like mentioning because that is all I have to say. I know this was super random and like chatty, and I don't even know, I've tried to like think of my symptoms that I had for the week and I just couldn't think of any specific symptoms, and I just had random stuff to say. So I will go ahead and show my 36-week bump now. Okay, so here's my bump with my 2 shirts on. This shirt looks funny. I'll take it off. Alright, so here's my bump at 36 weeks. Baby number 2, almost 37. From the front, from this side. I always feel like it looks different from this side. And my belly button is still sort of popped out basically at the same point, just sort of popped out on that one side and flat over there. So I did actually look back at some old photos last night actually of my pregnancy with Grace, and my belly button was definitely popped out by this point. I think like 2 or 3 weeks previous, like ago or whatever, it had popped out, but I got way bigger with her. So if I don't get a whole lot bigger this time around, my belly button might just stay the way it is. It might not actually like pop out all the way. I don't know, just random side note to add to this chatty video. So that is all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this week's chatty update. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to follow my journey. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.